start recording now.
Okay. All right, do it.
Okay. All right, so this is Hello World. This is Lady Alicia Hamilton, Andrew Williams Jr., and Hanita Carolin Hendelman in Israel. I'm going to briefly show you a background photos. This is our first time using this, so please bear with me. I'm going to share first Universal Citizens Media Network. This is Lady Alicia Hamilton. This is her program. Ladies, can you see the screen there? I'm screen sharing.
Yes, very well.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the three, and Lady Alicia Hamilton is now going to introduce what I'm showing you here. Just one moment, because the question is, how do I share it?
Oh no, it was fine.
Oh, well, do you want to leave it there while you?
That was totally fine.
Yeah. Well, you want to leave it there while you're speaking, or would you like
Sure.
to?
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll reshare it if I can. Go back to where I was. It was right there.
Go back to start from the beginning, so we have a clear recording.
Okay.
Okay.
So this
maybe not.
Well, this is Andrew Williams Jr.
I'm glad I'm not the technician here.
This is Andrew Williams Jr. With the Universal Citizens Media Network. I'm going to be followed by Lady Alicia Hamilton, the CEO of the Universal Citizens Media Network, and then Hanita Carolin Hendelman. So, Lady Alicia Hamilton, go right ahead.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being with us today. We're so excited to introduce our media ambassadors, and Andrew is leading that charge around the world, bringing people in from countries that we want to hear from to understand what's going on in their local areas, the important issues that really impact us all. And at the Universal Citizens Media Network, we are charged to take global perspectives local, so looking at the Sustainable Development Goals, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and how they impact the world, as well as the Agenda 2063 of the African Union, and how they also impact our planet and people, taking those global perspectives to the local level, to the people. And right now, we are looking at the other side of that spectrum, taking local perspectives global. So the local perspectives represented by our citizen journalists that are represented in their countries by media ambassadors. And today we are so happy to have Ms. Hanita. You're going to be hearing from her shortly. She's our media ambassador for the country of Israel. And Andrew Williams Jr. has been charging or been leading this charge around the world, talking to people, boots on the ground. And these are stories that don't often make mainstream media in our respective countries, but they are mainstream to the people who are impacted by the issues in their community. And so today, Andrew is going to talk to you about the Media Ambassador Program, and we're going to talk to Ms. Hanita about the amazing work that she does. And right now we're taking a look at her dance that she's doing, a fire dance, and she's going to speak more about her Freedom Riders. And we just welcome her, we embrace her, and we want to share her message with you and with people all over the world. And so we know what's going on with our brothers and sisters, boots on the ground, and representing issues that really affect us all. So Andrew, I thank you so much for your work. You've been diligent and tirelessly gathering these amazing people around the world, and you are in fact the networker. You're the mastermind, really. I get to speak about it, but it's your wind beneath my wings that enable me to do the work that I do. So I thank you so much for all that you've done. And let's hear from you. What do you got to share with the people? What are you going to tell them?
Well, I'm going to introduce Hanita, and she's been the most recent member of our, what we call our Goodwill Ambassadors. As you know, Alicia's 5 Points Youth Foundation. I'm also the president of that, but the chairperson of our International Advisory Board. We're focusing on the United Nations Global Compact for Peace and Security, and also the tourism for SDGs. Hanita is our most recent ambassador. So Hanita, please introduce yourself and take time to share with the world what you would like to share.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Alicia. I'm very honored to be in your program. I would like to start with something a bit different. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy twove did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogold, and the mome grapes out grape. Did you understand it? Do you know it?
No.
Well, I started with the Jabberwock.
Done.
It was the Jabberwock, part of the Jabberwock. It goes then to Beware My Son, whatever. But it's part of the Jabberwock from Lewis Carroll, Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, wow.
And I started with gibberish because, you know, we have so many languages, so many religions, so many people all over the world. But, you know, when I meet somebody who speaks Chinese, I will not understand them. But I will understand something from the gesture, from the intention. So really, it is the heart, what we understand worldwide, without words. And for me, the heart is the arts. And I find that the world is so lacking heart nowadays. And what really need to bring people together, to join organizations together, is a heart and art. Therefore, I actually, Freedom Riders International explanation, international artists for justice, freedom, and human rights. It started as a fantasy 5 years ago, as a Facebook group. And only recently, after being approached from many places around the world to help empowering, it looks like is it still going on? Oh, okay. So after getting different requests, like from Australia, to help a friend who is a storyteller, who is fighting now for years to release the refugees, prisoners, who are there now for over 6 years, just because they were refugees. Australia is one of the few countries that are very, very welcoming towards refugees. So it was different things that I thought to myself, well, if we want something which is living, that artists can empower the community, empower human rights and peace organization within the country, locally, and worldwide, globally, then we have to actually create a real living being, which in an administrative way is an NGO. So I started parallel to establish the NGO of Israel, and with my friends in Palestine to start building up the NGO of Palestine. And how long do we have so I can assess how much to go on?
We have about 10 minutes or so.
Oh my God, that was so long. Well, in Israel, we're doing various different initiatives, some large, some small, but it's actually in the becoming. And there is few things like working about the administrative detention, which is a most monstrous issue, and different other things, but we will talk about it another time. In Palestine, the first two actions will be building a circus school in the refugee camp of Jenin, and then in Hebron. But obviously, I'm just pulling the strings together with different people, and the work will actually be done by the people themselves. Well, actually, I would like to, if we look on the international level, it means that, for instance, we will have a board, an international board that hopefully Andrew is there, and Philip Sobel-Love, also from World Peace Committee. I'm also the representative of World Peace Committee to Israel. And different other representative of different human rights and peace organizations, international. And the idea is that the more we can to just bring together and unite and empower the existing organization, because really we are failing basically because we are not together. Mm-hmm. The evil is much, much too big to combat. Mm-hmm. And if we don't learn to join hands, to join hearts, to join spirits, and work with one another, then we will always be weak and the evil will reign. So really, we have no other choice if we really want to see change in the world. So, in a sense, I feel that like Freedom Riders International is like a vessel, and who are better than the artists to empower actions? And I would like to conclude, unless you will have questions, I would like to conclude with an African story, because you said that TRN is also to do with Africa. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a story about tiger and turtle. They have a quarrel about a piece of land. Tiger says, it's mine. Turtle said, it's mine. We know all this story all over the world. So the animals of the forest didn't want a fight to erupt. So they suggest a competition. Whoever cooks the biggest meal for all the animals of the forest will get the piece of land. Oh. But you know, we have a problem. Tiger is fast, turtle is slow. Tiger goes to his home and he asks his daughter to bring water. Daughter takes a jug, puts it on her forehead, and walks down the river. And she walks, and she walks, and she walks, and she walks. But then she starts to hear music. Oh, I didn't think that I'm going to tell the story, so I didn't prepare myself. Che, che, kool-aid, che. Now you can join me. Che, che, kool-aid. Oh, come on, you know this one?
No.
Che, che, kool-aid, che, che, covista, che, che, covista, covista, langa, covista, langa, che, che, chilanga, che, che, chilanga, comatende, comatende. When she hears the music, she forgets what she's going to do. So she takes the jug off, puts it on the ground, and starts to dance. Tiger, he runs, he waits and waits, and he gets really furious. So he asks his son. His son takes the jug, goes down the river, and che, che, kool-aid. Oh, you're bad audience. Che, che, kool-aid, che, che, covista, che, che, covista, covista, langa, covista, langa, che, che, chilanga. And then, of course, he sees his sister dancing. He forgets what he's doing. He puts the jug on the ground and joins the dance.
Okay.
Well, the end of the story, after they dance, in the meantime, Turtle's children prepare big meal for all the forest. Mm-hmm. And everybody comes and eats. But when they have the last spoon, Tiger comes along with a big, big pot of meal. Ah. So who won the competition? Turtle. Because it is not important, the brain. Sorry, it is not important, the might. It is important, the brain. And if you can solve your problem with music, then it is heaven coming to earth. Well, I made a big mess up of this story because you intervened, because you didn't cooperate. It's horrible to tell a story like this. I told the song and the repetition.
Oh my gosh.
But it's thanks for sharing so much. And this is an example, I think, of what Lady Alicia Hamilton might be discussing when she talks about her Changing Narratives programs. So I'm going to leave it up to you, Alicia, to share with our audience that and then close us out. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, the Changing Narratives program, we've been talking with leaders and people who influence the world and looking at the new narrative for people and our planet that's going to be in balance and in harmony with people and planet. And so just looking at things a little bit differently because we've been over consuming and destroying the earth, and we've got to look at better ways to live. Just,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
and really, as a storyteller, I can say that the real earth keepers are the Africans, the Aborigines, the Maoris, the Indians. They're the real earth keepers. If not for them, this earth would not exist.
Right.
So we have to really take care of the rights of
right, exactly.
all the people which the West so cunningly managed to impoverish.
Exactly. And that's the new narrative too, to break some of these strongholds that have been unjustly oppressing people. And now moving forward, we're hoping that we can look at a new way. So again, with working with Andrew, taking global perspectives local, and then Andrew taking the local perspectives global, somewhere in the middle, we hope to find peace, harmony, balance with people and planet, and doing things purposely. We know that music has been a universal language, and as we now move forward and the earth and the people on earth heal from this broken heart. I mean, I personally feel that we're suffering from a broken heart. So many things have been just devastating, and getting over that, moving into this realm of healing and of restoration, of reconciliation, leading to peace and balance. We know that it's sometimes easier to accept the situation when it's told through a story like you did, Hanita, when it's told through music, that it's a gentle way of nudging the soul and sparking the mind without it like being in your face on the news and you're seeing these graphic images and people shut down. They just can't take any more information. But through art and through music, we're able to share in a way that we hope will touch people's hearts and start healing from the inside out. And so what you're bringing, Hanita, we're so grateful, because through your storytelling and through the people that you represent, we hope that we can touch the hearts and minds of our viewers and our listeners, and who will then share it with others who can make a difference. So that's the work, and we'll keep walking it out and keep sharing more in the days ahead.
Well, thank you.
Well, I would like to say yes, yes, and yes. Andrew's way. I'll do it in amen, amen, amen.
Amen. Okay, I got that one.
Well, thank you so much. And this is Andrew Williams Jr., Lady Alicia Hamilton, and Hanita Carolin Hendelman from Israel. And this is Universal Citizens Media Network. You can find us on ucmedia.net. And on Facebook, we have very strong followers at Universal Citizens Media Network. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Okay, now if I can just figure out how to stop sharing. That would be
good.
Okay, I'll stop the video.
Andrew?
Yes?
Andrew?
Yes?
The story compacted because it was a big I wrecked it all together. I mean, so it's